all over. I know that it went out that yoga studios can open this week. It went out, and the guidelines are still coming in, but one of the guidelines is that you must wear your mask throughout the whole practice. And I'm not ready to do that to you yet. I'm not sure health benefits of exercising with a mask on. Maybe some of you in the room here know some benefits or can share with me your thoughts, email me or such. But I am not ready to do that yet, I don't think, until I understand how healing that is, or the opposite. So here we are, and I do appreciate it that you're here, you guys, so much. It touches my heart every time I see you come to this in this way, and I know for some of you, you love it this way, and I am so grateful for that, and I know for some of you, you don't love it this way, but you're still here. And so, again, my heart just swells with that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I have been teaching on Ganesh this week, so if you're with me for the third time, you get to hear it the third time, so thank you also for that. But it's been a new moon. We're actually on a waxing moon, so we're on a moon that's now growing itself. And I always like to connect with that moon energy. I didn't always, right? How many of you are kind of the same, where that we were kind of excited when the moon was full because we knew that was when the crazy people came out, and then we realized that we're the crazy people. So the idea of new moon energy, and I talked about the dark moon energy being an absolute wonderful place to rest into, but here in the new moon energy reminds me of Ganesha and the story that I've been telling all week, which is the birth of Ganesh. And I think it's quite sweet because it's the story of Shiva and Parvati, who are divine lovers, cosmic lovers, right? It's the energy that lives inside of me and you as divine lovers, as the human self and as the cosmic self, as the universal self and as the Shakti that animates this world. And it's beautiful because Shiva is that mountain dweller, that meditator, the one that's always going to be in that absolute consciousness, which is the place that you and I actually can reside as well, right? It gives us the opportunity to know that whatever is happening in these beautiful stories happen within us as well. So Shiva is always going to be with that absolute consciousness. And Parvati is always just doing the daily activities that you and I are doing, right? She is the Shakti. She is the animation of this human body. And what bothers her is when Shiva wants to return back home, he just storms in. It doesn't matter what she is doing. And I keep talking about it like your college kids who go away to college and they form all their ways of doing things. And then they come home and it's like so distracting. It's not like they're doing anything wrong. They just have created their own way of being when they're away, and they come home and they continue to do that. You're like, hold on a second. You can't just barge back into the house and, be awake all night long and make whatever. You get it. So that's what Shiva was doing. He was returning home and just causing so much distraction. And so Parvati, in her own loving way, said, let me create out of my own oils. And I love this part. Out of my own oils, out of my own body, let me create this boy who will stand at the door, the threshold of my doorway into myself, into all these sacred places within me, that I don't want someone just to barge in and, act like I'm not doing anything. I want somebody who's going to respect that. And how do I do that? I'm going to create this little boy to stand at the doorway. So that's why you'll notice Ganesha is always at the doorway of welcoming in the energies that are coming, but also standing at the doorway to help to protect that which is so precious, so sacred for you. So you'll notice, like, I have all over my house Ganeshas right at my doorways. And the Ganesha that sits at the doorway of my heart, right, just really supporting my values. So what happens is that Shiva comes back and there's this boy and he doesn't understand who this boy is. So he tells him to move aside. He wants to enter into his home. And the boy says, absolutely no, absolutely no. And my mother put me here. I'm standing here to protect her. And Shiva gets angry and lops off his head. And of course, Parvati comes out hearing all of this happening. And she says, you better make this right. You better fix this. And so he goes and he looks and he finds the head of this elephant, places it on this boy's head. So now it's half boy, half elephant. what I really love about this story, what I really love is, again, about the new beginnings, right? Ganesh stands at the doorway of all new beginnings, new moon energy, but also the idea that something so tragic, right? You got your head lopped off, something so tragic, and he has become the most beloved god. You travel through India, right? There's all these different places in India that has different gods and different goddesses that they absolutely adore, but everywhere loves Ganesha. Everywhere loves Ganesha because he stands for that which is so difficult, and we can turn it and make it so beautiful. So close your eyes if you haven't yet, because I'm sure there are things in our lives, each and every one of us that are here today, that's been very difficult. And if we bring in that energy of Ganesha, if we call in that energy that is ours, we know how to transform difficulty into something that's very beautiful, each and every one of us. And we stand at the doorway of our own new beginnings. Every new moon says you have a new beginning, a new moment to take everything that life is giving you and transform it. So bringing your hands to your heart center, we're going to chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha 9 times. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam is the seed sound of Ganesha, awakening those energies within us. Right? If you find yourself in a moment that you don't know how to get out of an obstacle, right? You have yourself in a moment, what do I do? Chant 9 times or 108 times Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, and I would be absolutely sure that something would come in through you to help guide you. We'll do it together 9 times. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Last one. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. May I invoke within me where that something may seem to be an obstacle in my life as opportunity. And may I note that obstacles come into my life to grow me. And may I place at the door of my heart, it is that protection of what I value. Inhale for the sound of Om. Release your hands. Open your eyes. Veronica, I do have a fan going on in here. Is it too loud?
Sounds okay to me.
Okay, great. All right, you guys, come onto your hands and knees when you're ready. Press back into child's pose. Deep breathing here, you guys. Calling in the energy of Ganesha. Trusting that whatever is in front of you is for your benefit. Go ahead and walk your upper body to the right side of the mat. Stretch deeply into that left side body. And then take that to the other side. We're very crazy as yogis, aren't we? We look at things just a little differently. It gives us the opportunity to sometimes understand why things are placed in our lives. What do we do with it? There's nowhere in the universe to throw something out, right? We have to take what it is and transform it to come back to center, downward facing dog. That's why these energies are so sweet. They live in us as these different gods and goddesses. We give them names so that we can animate them and we can recognize them in our own bodies and minds and hearts. You can go ahead and bend your knees here if you'd like. Do a little cat-cow with your knees bent. Veronica is still my image, so if you need to look up at any moment and if I'm not making sense, feel free to take a look. Good, and then press your legs back to straight. Widen through your sit bones, scoop that low belly. Lift your armpits a little bit higher and then reach out through your fingertips. Remember, I think last week we were talking a lot about how you're pulling up through your wrists and reaching out through your fingertips simultaneously. Feel that lightness and the same sense of being connected. Breathe deeply here. Ganesh resides at the root chakra, the first chakra. Good, walking your feet slowly up to your hands, feet to hands, standing forward, bend. Keeping those heels right behind those second toes. And you can always bend your knees here if you'd like. Long, deep nose breathing. And then go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back. Make sure you're shrugging your shoulders towards your ears so you get a little bit more space, and then take your arms up and over any amount. Good, release your hands back down to the floor. Place your hands on your hips, push down through your legs, and rise up to stand. Let your arms just float alongside the body for a moment. Close your eyes and feel. Where is your breath? Connecting with the energy of the moon. Beginning to fill yourself again. You might find yourself feeling the interesting creative forces within you waking up in the new moon, the waxing moon. Good, inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Sending your left leg back behind you, lunge. And then your right leg back, downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank pose. Lowering all the way down to your belly. Rising up into cobra. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Gorgeous, you guys. Left foot steps forward. Right foot to meet it. Standing forward bend. Inhale the arms out and up. Perfect flow. Hands to your heart center. Surya Namaskar. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Left leg back behind you. Drop the knee. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale the hands down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank pose. You can knees, chest, and chin, or all the way down Chaturanga Dandasana. Rising up into cobra or upward facing dog. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right knee to the mat. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the hands to your heart center. Perfect flow with breath. Last one. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Beautiful. Left leg back. Drop the knee. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Downward facing. Roll forward to plank. Lower down to your belly. Use your breath. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Drop your back knee. Inhale your arms to the sky. Breath, breath, breath. Blink it. Touch down, step to the front of your mat, exhaling, 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 exhaling. Inhaling the arms out and up. Exhaling your hands to your heart center. Pause to feel. Relax your arms alongside the body. Enjoy your breath. Surya Namaskar, connecting to the moon, connecting to the sun. Good. Draw your left knee into your chest, please. Good. Now send your sit bones back and wide. Scoop your low belly. Pull up through your legs. So even though you have one leg lifted, pull up. Good. Now take your arms to the sky. Now send your left leg back behind you. Virabhadrasana 3. Go slow. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your shoulders up, up, up. Lift that back leg higher, higher, higher. Keep your head lifted. Gorgeous. Bring that knee forward and release that leg down. Nice job, you guys. Make sure you're breathing here. Right knee into your chest. Push your sit bones back and wide. Scoop your low belly. The combination of those two sometimes cancel each other out, right? So I want those sit bones back and wide. I want that low belly scooped. Now pull up through the legs, lift up through the legs. Now shoot your arms to the sky. Shoot up. Slowly take that leg back behind you, Vira 3. Make sure you're breathing. Lift your head. Don't let your head sag. Clasp your hands behind your back. Gorgeous. Lift that back leg a little higher. Bring both legs to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky. Interweave your palms and press straight up. Push down through those legs. Lift up through that torso. Get long. And then hold on to that left wrist and pull to the right. Left wrist and pull to the right. Inner thighs move back and wide, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Try the other side. And how many people think that when something goes wrong in their life, right, that they didn't expect to happen, come back to center, inhale deeply, exhale, bow forward. Left leg back, high lunge, keep the back knee lifted, arms to the sky. And then first listed thing we do is blame everybody else. We blame the universe, we blame God. But for yogis, we pause for a moment. This has been placed here for a reason. How can I transform this into something that will be beneficial for me? Clasp your hands behind you, bow forward. Lift those shoulders, you guys. No head of those arm bones forward, shoulders back. Bow, bow, bow. Touch your head to the floor. Called a little risk, you might fall. Gorgeous, hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. See, some of you are the challenge because some of you put your head on the floor, which means the rest of us can do that too. Left foot forward, high lunge. I love asking things that we feel like it must be ridiculous. And then 1, 2, 3 of you do it. It's not ridiculous at all. That's why we do this in community. We cheer each other on. Get tall here. Get your throat to move back. Knee pointing at the second toe. Beautiful, you guys. Clasp your hands behind you. Each and every one of you touch your head to the floor. Push your sit bones back and wide. Bring those arms up and over. Possibilities are endless. We never thought we could do what we've done in these last months. Hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Use your right hand to hold. You stack your left leg on top. Vashisthasana. Either that or lower your bottom knee to the floor. Open up your chest. Pull your throat back. Gorgeous. Left hand to the floor. Try the other side. New moon energy, waxing energy is so exciting. Filling yourself up here. Open up, gorgeous. Touchdown. Lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Press back, take a breath or two in child's pose. Move your energy. I was reading about these two people who went to this Ayurvedic doctor, and the person said that she was really tired, exhausted, just like, oh, what was going on, didn't know what was going on. And the Ayurvedic doctor told her to stand up, and for 5 minutes told her she had to just jump up and down and shake, jump up and down and shake, jump up and down and shake. And they left. I think after she was done doing that, he said, you know, how many rupees that he wanted from her and sent her on her way. That was it. Just jump up and down and shake. Get your energy moving. That's what we're doing here together, so that whatever our creative Shakti wants us to do next, we're ready. Come on up, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Gorgeous, you guys. Bring your heel to your butt and open up. Stack your right hip on top of your left. Really nice. And then go ahead and step that right foot forward. Good, walk to the left until you come to the center of your mat. Walk, 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 turn, turn, turn. Beautiful, parallel your feet. And then come up onto your tippy toes and then down onto your heels and up onto your tippy toes. And then at some point, I want you to lift up onto your tippy toes, and I want you to get your hips as high as they'll go. And then I want you to lower your heels down without letting your hips come down. And then drop deeply into that forward bend. See what it feels like to pull up through the backs of your legs, moving up through your calves, moving up through the backs of the legs, and then widening those sit bones a lot. Pull that navel in. Gorgeous. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Remember, you take your arms up and over by lifting those shoulders. Front of those shoulders lift a lot. Beautiful. Hands on your hips. Push down through your legs. Rise up to stand. Take your arms out to letter T. Turn your right toes forward. Bend your right knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Point that knee right at that second toe. Good. Now clasp your hands behind you again. Now do not let your left shoulder fall forward. Keep your left shoulder back. And now lean to that right leg. Lean toward the right leg, but keep the left shoulder back. Lean, lean, lean. That's it, Marjorie. Beautiful. Yeah, keep leaning. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Now shoot your arms over your ears. So line your head. Bring your arms. Yep, yep. Gorgeous. Inhale all the way back up. Beautiful work, you guys. Straighten that front leg and reach toward triangle pose. Trikonasana. Breathe deeply here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Move that head back, head back. That's it. Good. Touch down, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You would like to take a vinyasa here, go ahead and do it. Or stay right where you are. Beautiful, you guys. Nice. Creative flow. Left leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Heel to your butt, open up. Just see how that feels. Just that opening that you're creating, that honesty in this body. Gorgeous. Go ahead and step that foot forward, left foot forward. Walk to the right till you come to the center of your mat. Beautiful, you guys. And then again, play with lifting up onto those tippy toes, lowering down to those heels, lifting up to the tippy toes. Scoop that navel in. Push down through those legs. Every part of you awake, awake, awake. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Maybe awkward handhold. Maybe the other thumb weaves in first. Beautiful. Get those shoulders lifted, please, please, please. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs and rise up to stand. Take your arms out to letter T, turn your left toes forward, Virabhadrasana 2. Sink that pelvis really low, you guys, but lift up through the top of that sacrum. Get from the lowest part of your back, you're lifting up your spine. Soften your throat. Good, clasp your hands behind your back. Lean to the left, lean, lean, lean. Yeah. Right? Your whole front body, that front of the body, lift there. And then go ahead and bring those ears alongside, those arms alongside those ears. Rise up, straighten that left leg, reach for triangle pose. Ah, beautiful. Breathing here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Take that right arm a little higher, a little higher. That's it, Robin. Beautiful. Inhale here, exhale, touch down, downward facing dog. Vinyasa of choice. Gorgeous. Nice. Beautiful, Ken. You guys are just magnificent looking people. Inhale that right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. Heel to your butt again, open up. Maybe do some circles with that knee. Take some circles with that right knee. Nice, Dana. Yup, Heidi. Good, Alison, Yasmin. Beautiful. Okay, step that right foot forward again. Walk to your left so you come to the center of your mat. Take your hands to your outer shins. Squeeze your shins in toward each other. Pull your inner thighs apart from each other. Squeeze in, pull apart. Lift your low belly. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Awkward handhold or regular handhold, your choice. Work those shoulders. Watch that head hanging, especially when you work your shoulders. Lift your throat up a little bit. Good. Hands on your hips. Push down through your legs. Rise up to stand. Turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Bend your right knee, Virabhadrasana 2. Send your left arm down your left leg. Take your right arm up and back. Gorgeous. Straighten that top arm. Straighten it. Don't let it bend. Good. Now go ahead and straighten that front leg. Lean toward your triangle pose. Go toward triangle. Right hand toward the ankle. Now this time take your left arm over your ear. Then take your right arm under your ear. Under. So you're turning your right hand toward whatever you're looking at. That's it. Keep that front leg straight. Keep going. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Twisting, twisting. Good. Now drop that right hand down to your ankle. Left arm to the sky. Beautiful. All right, we always say that if we're in the pose and we can't move around, we're not in a pose at all. A pose is Shakti. A pose is animated. Good. Now bend your right knee. Step forward into Ardha Chandrasana. Putting your right hand on a block if you'd like. Maybe reach back for that ankle. Left hand reaches back for that ankle. Maybe stay right where you are, but definitely breathe and play. Smile. And step back, downward facing dog. Take it through your vinyasa of choice. Beautiful, you guys. The world has asked us to open our creative channels in ways we never could have imagined. Tap into that. Tap into that request. I know you have. Sometimes we get a little back into the way we used to be, which was we forgot that we are Kriya Shakti. Left leg backing up behind you. Open up your hip. Maybe do some knee circles here. Use your breath. And then step that left foot forward. Good. Walk to the right till you come to the center. Bow forward. Wide-legged forward bend. Take your hands to your outer shins. Hug your shins in. Widen your knees. Push your knees wide, but hug your shins in. Make sure you fall onto your toes, too. Don't just fall onto your heels, you guys. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take your arms up and over any amount. Your shoulders are going to be so happy. Happy, happy, happy. Hands on your hips. Push down through those legs. Rise up to stand. Pause. Take a breath. Arms out to letter T. Turn your left toes forward. Bend your left knee, Viratu. Take your back hand down your leg, left arm up and back, stretch back. Watch that front knee has a tendency to fall in. Keep it wide. Beautiful. Straighten your front leg. Reach for triangle pose. But then we're going to do that same thing where your bottom hand is going to slide forward toward whatever you're looking at, and your top arm is going to come over your ear. Take a little twist. Yep. Then from there, let your left hand drop down to your ankle. Triangle pose. Bending into your left knee, float forward into half moon. New moon, waxing moon. You know we can make anything up nowadays, right? We can change the name of the poses if we want. Reach back for that ankle. You can call it your very own moon, right? This is Veronica's waxing moon. Make it your own. And then step back, downward facing dog. Yep. I want you to roll forward to plank pose. Pause for a moment there. Receive and reclaim your strength. Lift one hand up. One hand up. One hand up. Lower it down. I love that moment that you're like, what? The other hand up. Lift one leg up. Both hands are down. Lift the other leg up. That foot goes down. Good. Now lift your right leg and your left arm. Try the other side. You said it wasn't possible. Look at you. Lower down to your knees. Press back to child's pose. That's the world we live in now, is that whatever seemed impossible is absolutely possible. Whatever you said before in your life, something you really, really believe in, but you said that must be impossible, no more. No more. Ganesh reminds us the only obstacle in our life is us. To grow ourselves is to notice that anything that's given to us is to grow us, to make us stronger. Clasp your hands behind your back. Roll up onto the crown of your head. Take your arms up and over any amount. Push your thighs back and wide. Release your hands onto the floor. Come up to your hands and knees, please. Take your right arm out to the right and thread your right arm underneath your left. Thread the needle. You can do many things with that left arm. You can reach it forward. You could take it up to the sky. You could reach it behind to reach to your opposite hip. But whatever you're doing, I want you to keep that shoulder open. Don't let the head of that arm bone fall forward. Threading the needle here. Breathing deeply. Being in awe of your creative Shakti. Come on up and switch sides. Enjoy your breath, threading the needle. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, come back up onto your hands and knees. And then place your elbows on the floor, elbows underneath your shoulders. Clasp your hands together. You're not doing headstand, don't worry if you're worried. Some of you aren't worried, but if you are, clasp your hands together. Squeeze your forearms toward each other, but pull your armpits apart from each other. Squeeze your forearms toward each other, but pull your armpits apart from each other. Lift, keep your head lifted. Now lift your knees off the floor. Lift your knees. You're not going into headstand, you guys. Lift your knees. Walk your feet in until your hips are high. Your head is lifted. Your head is lifted. Keep the armpits lifted. Pull your rib cage in. Push down through your legs. Push down through your legs. Now lift your right leg to the sky. Keep your head up. Now look up. Now bend your knee and bring your heel toward the back of your head. Now lower that leg down. Keep your armpits moving forward. Change legs. Armpits moving forward. Bend your knee. Bring your heel toward the back of your head. Lower that foot down. Lower your knees down. Press back to child's pose. Again, notice if you held your breath that whole time. So the pose is the asana practice is meant to calm the nervous system. So if you're doing this practice and you're holding your breath, right, there are points in our pranayama practices that we hold our breath. Amazing. But if you're holding your breath in the movement, not so good. Come back onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Good. Walk or jump to the front of your mat. Standing forward bend. Place your hands on your hips, push down through your legs, and rise up to stand. Let your arms drop alongside the body. Maybe close your eyes and just feel. Ganesh also reminds us to be playful. Very playful. Learn to play more. Hug your right knee into your, actually hug your left knee into your chest. Hug your left knee into your chest. Cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Sit back toward chair. Flex that left foot. Clasp your hands behind your back. Keep the shoulders back. Lean forward. Lean forward. Low belly lifted. Good. Now reach down, lift up your knee and your foot so your shin comes parallel to your belly. Lift your foot up. Hand the left foot to the left hand. Move into a half frog. Push that sit bone wide. Keep your left sit bone nice and wide. Push your top of your right thigh way back, you guys. Maybe start to straighten that left leg. Maybe stay right where you are. And release that back down. Good, you guys. Good. Let's take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Sit back toward chair. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lean forward. Flex that right foot, please, please, please. Lean, sit way back, way back, way back. Good. Reach for your foot and your knee. Hand your right foot off to your right hand. Bring your right foot out to that half frog. You got to take that sit bone back though. If it over tucks under, your hamstrings are not going to get that chance to really get long. So push your seat back. Beautiful. Lower both feet down to the floor and sit back into chair. Bring your hands to your heart center. Prayer twist to the right, left elbow hooks. Keep that left hip back. Keep your head lifted. Breath deep. Good. Inhale the arms forward and up. Prayer twist to the other side. Gorgeous. Lift that head up. Inner knees wide. Inhale, chair. And come on up to stand. Bring your hands to your heart center. Drop your arms alongside the body, eyes closed. Moving your energy. Moving your energy. Okay, clasp your hands behind your head. Lift your left knee up. Press your head back into your hands so your armpits get hollow. You squeeze behind the shoulder blades. Navel in. Now send your left leg back behind you, Virabhadrasana 3. Keep pressing your head up, up, up. Watch that right seat. You're going to almost feel like your right hip is going to come forward. Move it back. Now clasp your hands behind your back, but keep your head where it is. Now bow forward until at the last moment your head is going to touch the floor first, and then you let your hands come down, standing split. Bow deeply. Pull that outer right hip back. Left toes point to the floor. Nice, Heidi. Yep, you guys. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Rise back up. Lower your left foot back down to the floor. Release your arms. Maybe shake it out. Nice. Yep, yep, yep. All right, second side. Here we go. Hands behind your head. Press your head back. Lift your elbows up. So I like to do both. I like to feel like I lift my elbows up and then pull my elbows down so I can squeeze at the back of the heart. Good. And we got that right leg up, you guys. Send it back now for Virabhadrasana 3. Keep pressing your head up. Clasp your hands behind your back. Bow forward. Don't worry about balance. Balance is a daily invitation. When you're ready, let your hands touch the floor. Keep your sit bones going wide. Pull from your heart. Let your heart feel like it anchors to the floor for you. Breathing here. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Rise back up. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Lower both feet down to the floor. Relax your arms. Craziness, craziness. Turn your feet wide. Come into squat. And lower onto your back. Happy baby pose. Breathe here. Magnificent breath. Take your hands behind your head. Please keep your legs active and powerful. Lift your head, neck, and chest up on your exhale. Feet stay in happy baby. Lower your head back down and continue. Do a couple like that. Keep the power of your legs, the activity of your legs. Exhaling, you come up, your navel touches the floor each time you come up. Remember, when your navel engages, you gotta pull those sit bones apart. You're like, I'm doing the ab work, Sheryl. How much you want from me? But watch how we over scoop that tailbone under. Push it down, lift up. Beautiful. Now place your head back down. Wrap your right knee on top of your left knee. Right knee on top of your left knee. Good. Drop your arms to the floor. Squeeze your shins toward each other. Squeeze. And then pull your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze your shins. Squeeze. Navel to the floor. Knee on top of knee. Squeeze the knees in. Pull them in. Navel down, chest lifting. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, switch sides. Other knee on top. Bring the knees in close to your chest, but I need you to pull those sit bones apart. I need you to squeeze the shins, but pull the sit bones apart. Squeeze them a lot. You might even shake. Amazing. Shake. How simple to move our energy. Shifting the way we look at things. We're never stuck. Good, you guys. One more little squeeze here. And then place your feet down on the mat with your knees bent and breathe. All right, you guys remember that story that I always tell of the princess who was dying. And her father called all the great doctors, right? All the doctors, and they all said, there's nothing wrong. We can't find anything wrong. But the father said, she's dying. She's going to die. She has no energy. She's dying. And so they brought this great sage to meet her, and the sage took one look at her and said, get into the rickshaw, let's go. And the father said, no, she's dying. She can't get in the, what are you talking? If she doesn't get in the rickshaw, she will die. So they carried her to the rickshaw, put her in the rickshaw, and as the sage went driving down the road, he said, listen, I got a couple of stops, and then I'm going to take care of you. They stopped at this one orphanage, and he got out and started feeding all the children. And they stopped at the next orphanage, and the girl started looking up and looking around and seeing what was happening. And all of a sudden, she asked if she could go with him. She went, she helped deliver the food with him, and then she jumped back, and where's the next place she's going to help somebody? And by the time they were done, and Sage took the girl home, and she had a dance in her step. I said, what happened? She has purpose. She has purpose. Shake yourself up. That's it. Have such purpose. Okay, here we go. Right knee into our chest. Okay, now I want you to start to take that right knee, and I want you to take your right arm inside your right knee and start to wrap that knee over that shoulder. Wrap that knee over that shoulder. Lift your head. You got to widen that sit bone still, though. Push that seat wide. You got your other foot on the floor, helping to push down into the floor. Lift your head. Keep working. That's it. Keep working that knee on top of that shoulder. Some of you are even going to start to work that shin behind your head. And bring that foot back down. Nice, you guys. Wow. Feel both sides. Okay, let's try the second side now. Left knee bends. Right foot stays on the floor. Start to work that left knee over that shoulder. But play with widening through the inner thighs, widen through the sit bones, scoop that low belly. Play with all of that pelvic energy. How does that help to get that foot over that shoulder? Nice, Roz. Beautiful. I can see you, Roz. And then bring that back down. Bend both knees, plant your feet. All right, now take a couple of minutes to come into happy baby pose and try to work both shoulders in. Maybe do one at a time. Work your right shoulder in. Same thing you just did. Work your left, lift your head. That's it, Dana. Make sure you squeeze those shins and widen those sit bones. Start to work those feet back behind the head, any amount. Yes. Yes. Nice. Sleeping yogi. And release back down. Plant your feet and breathe. Breathe deeply, my friends. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll all the way up to sit. Maybe roll a couple of times. And once you arrive, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop wide. Maybe put a little blanket underneath your seat. Feet together, Baddha Konasana. Lift your seat and send it back. Come forward any amount. Maybe you're going to stay upright today. Breathe deep. Relax your hands. Make sure you're pressing your baby toes into the floor. Don't lift them up. Really nice, everybody. And then pulling the navel in if you've let it go. Come on up to sit. Now move your feet slightly forward. Move your feet slightly forward. Good. Now start to take your right arm inside your right knee, underneath your right knee. And then you got to turn your hands so you can start to reach your hand back by your sacrum. Take your hand, turn and reach it back towards your sacrum. Maybe some of you are just going to reach your right hand in and that's going to be enough. Maybe take your left arm underneath your left knee. Reach your hand. Maybe that's enough. You're just going to reach your hands in, hang out right there. Maybe you're going to turn your hand and start to reach your hands back towards your sacrum. Bow forward. Some of you have the open shoulders where you can hold hands with yourself behind your back. Deep, deep forward bend, you guys. Inhale, slowly come on up. Wow. Just feel your energy here. Move your energy. And then go wide with your legs, please. Take your legs wide. And bow forward. Enjoy your breath. Stories of Ganesha, the beginning of his life, could be called very tragic. But he's the most beloved God out of what his life gave him. And out of what our life has given us, out of the oils of our own bodies we're creating. Good. Take a side stretch over to the right arm inside that right leg, left arm over your ear. Keep your seat down. Don't lift your seat. Come on up and change sides. Really nice. Lots of breath. And come all the way back up. I want to give you an opportunity to do an inversion. So if you'd like to do a shoulder stand, headstand, handstand, you want to go back and try to do a headstand without your head. You want to use a wall to do that like we were practicing earlier. If you want to just lie on your back and stretch your legs to the sky, really inversions are what really move that energy upside down. So healing. So any form of inversion, legs just straight up is wonderful. Legs on a wall, wonderful. I always tell the story. I've been doing these Instagram posts every morning, and yesterday I gave the Instagram post about the moving energy of the time I went to see um, my acupuncturist in the city. Some of you know this story. And I went in, I said, I have a really bad headache. And he sat down with me to speak for a couple minutes, and he started talking to me about children's yoga and how he didn't believe in it. And of course, I believe very strongly in teaching children how to know their inner self as well as their outer self. And so I kind of gave my strong, loving opinion about it. And at the end, he said, how's your headache? And I said, oh my God, it's gone. Just having that passion for something took that energy and moved it. Move your energy. New moon energy asks you to start filling yourself up with you. And have that give and take with the moon. I love the thought of the moon's energy just filling me up. Feminine Shakti energy. Good, you guys. Take one more minute here, please. Deeply breathing. And as you feel ready, slowly bring yourself out of headstand, handstand, shoulder stand, and rest for a moment. See and feel that energy flow. Nice, you guys. And then find yourself coming up to sit. Some of you are already upright, some of you are on your back. Find your way up to sit. Find a comfortable seat. A little pranayama practice. So I know some of you have done this with me before. It sounds tricky, but you'll get it. You can take Jnana Mudra if you'd like. Thumb and first finger come to touch, the Mudra of Wisdom. Again, using mudra as a way to flow energy. So you're going to inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, inhale through your mouth, and exhale through your nose. That's the whole cycle. So let me take you through it a couple of times. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your nose. I'll do it one more time with you. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth, and exhale through your nose. So try some version of that on your own, just a couple of rounds. Do one more whole round of that. Once you have completed that final round, sink into just a moment of silent meditation. You can stay here or lie down on your back for Shavasana. Deeply relax. Next time something very difficult shows up for you, may your first remark be, how can I take this and make this into an opportunity of growth for me? How can I transform this into something I need? As Ganesha says, he removes obstacles, but I think there's a playfulness about this lifetime that obstacles are placed in front of us. Not because God wants to be mean, because there's something inside of us that hasn't opened yet. And the truth is, the wealth that we all hold is kept in the bank until we really let ourselves feel the wealth that we are, permission to open. So if you're lying down, go ahead and begin to bring your knees in towards your chest. If you're seated, feel free to Do a little twist and turn, maybe shake. Don't forget to shake at some point today. You have done quite a bit of movement. Your energy is seriously flowing. And then bring yourself back up to sit. Hands at your heart center. We're going to chant 9 more. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Together. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Last one. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Deep breath in for Om. Om. Sliding your hands up to the space between the eyebrows. So much love, you guys. Namaste. Releasing your hands down. Just had one question. One of you are on an iPad that doesn't have your name. If you could let me know who you are. You're all unmuted. I love you guys so much.